Hey everyone, this is Alex Strizak with my MPA 540 Week 2 presentation. So for this week, we're looking at what question you would ask in a job interview for a specific position. For this one, I'm going to pick staff assistant. It's a role I currently work in, and I feel it gives me the best insight on what question I would really want to have asked in a job interview for this. So the first thing is the background on the position of staff assistant. This role has a lot of different functions in a government office. You're going to be working with every other staff member because you assist all staff members right in the title. You'll be making sure all the gears are rolling the right way, making sure they're placed up correctly, making sure everything is able to run day to day and in important events as well. Because you're going to be working so closely with so much different tasks and so many different people, you're going to have to be able to communicate one-on-one with other people, not just in a group setting. And also, since you're helping so much, it's a lot of responsibility to have to help a lot of people in a lot of different tasks, even if they seem minor compared to what other people are doing. The day-to-day is the structure of the office. And lastly, it's not going to be a ton of pay where you're coming home with bags of money. This job is an entry-level position and is set up to give you the exposure to assisting all other staff members that could lead you to another position. So money will be tight at this time, but it's all about the experiences. So looking at the question that I would ask in an interview, our book, Human Resource Management and Public Service, that's by Bowman and other authors, brings up a lot of interesting questions about how do you deal with repeated interruptions from coworkers or from customers. Describe the most difficult project you've had to work on or handle. Tell me about working with a hostile customer or constituent. The question I would really ask, since it's an entry level position, is what would you define as success for this position? And in the answers, I'll show you why I feel this question would be the most important. So the first thing I would list for an answer on this would be the outstanding answer, which would be what would you define success as, which would be that this is part of a long journey still ahead since it's entry level, and all the lessons learned on the way are going to lead to a brighter future at the end, where you will be more successful when you do get the chance to work up different titles. And also, it's that you want that the candidate understands they're part of the organization, that they are holding the day to day together, and that if they let go, the day to day cannot function in the office, and results, or as in public offices most are based on, is people won't receive the assistance they need or are requesting. So it's very important that they understand that even though it's a low and an entry level role, it is a very important role. So the next answer I'm looking at here would be what's considered the wrong answer to this question for the organization. And that would be someone who's asking questions about what the pay would be like in regards to how quick promotions come, how quick a raise in pay comes, because this is an entry level position that takes time to get the experiences, it takes time to go through the experiences, and someone who's looking to rush up the charts with this type of answer would be the wrong fit for this type of position. And someone who answers possibly that they're looking for a low stress entry level, they're looking for something to get their feet wet, they're looking for something to kind of give them a background of what it would be like. Can get into a very high intense job position, as it can be very busy multiple times of the day, multiple days of the week, and hours can run long into the weekends. And if someone's looking for a chill entry level, as I call it, this would not be the right fit for them. So the last answer I'm going to look at is the middle ground, the mediocre answer to this question. And that's if someone says they have no idea what success would be in this position. They would not know where this is taking them. They would not know what would really be required of them throughout the day to day, and they're not sure where it could take them to the next step. This would be, I would categorize as mediocre, because it's okay to not know exactly what the next step is going to be when you're deciding on what your future might be. But for this type of entry, if there's any confusion about what is expected of you, what this could possibly lead to, then this position could possibly, as I call it, eat you alive. There is a lot of stress. It's very quick, and you have to be able to think on the fly. You have to know what your priorities are on a day to day, and if that gets lost in the I'm just here for the ride, it can turn into a mediocre answer. So, in closing, our book, Human Resource Management and Public Service Paradoxes, Processes, and Problems, does a good job of explaining that when we're doing these job interviews and recruiting, it's important to find out what would be most needed or to be the best fit in your organization. So, for this job title, someone who knows they're a part of the system, they know that they're important to keep the day to day going so the rest of the organization can flourish, is very important versus someone who might be a little confused, still kind of finding their grounding, and is looking to kind of ease into things. This type of organization might be too fast paced for them, and it's important to find out what they would view as being successful if they were working this job position. Knowing that they share the same or relatively close goals for their future or for their successes each day can tie into the organization's goals and successes for the future in each day and lead to a successful job hire and a good fit for both the candidate and the organization.